A very good morning to you all, my dear students. We were reading the chapter 3 of Political Science Electoral Politics. In this chapter, in previous video, we have discussed about the condition necessary for democratic elections, types of elections, and about the constituencies. Today, we will discuss about the reserved constituencies. What are reserved constituencies? Some constituencies are reserved for people who belong to scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. In these constituencies, only someone who belongs to these categories can stand for election. The constitution makers were worried about that in an open electoral competition, certain weaker sections may not stand a good chance to get elected to Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. They may not have the required resources, education, and contacts to contest and win election against others. If the reservation not done, our parliament and assemblies would be deprived of the voice of significant section of our population. So constituencies were reserved. Many states have extended the reservation policy even to OBC. OBC means other backward classes. Reservation to women also given. And the reservation of constituencies had led to the empowerment of SC and ST. Now let's discuss about the election procedure. What is the election procedure? First of all, preparation of electoral rolls is done. Now, what is electoral rolls? In a democratic elections, the list of those who are eligible to vote is prepared much before the election, and the list of eligible voters is known as electoral roll or voters list. In India, we follow universal adult franchise, which means all adults are eligible to vote, the caste who are age of 18 years. But there is one expectation to this, that is some criminals. Exception is some criminals and person who are mentally upset can be denied the right to vote, and the voter list is prepared by election commission. Nowadays, election photo identity card has been introduced. This has been done to ensure that no one votes for someone else. Now, after that, nomination of candidates is done. True democracy demands that all should get an equal opportunity to be elected as a ruler. So in India, anyone who can be voter can also become a candidate in election. But there is only one difference: the candidate's minimum age is 25 years, and while it is 18 years for the being a voter. So every person who wishes to contest an election has to fill a nomination form and deposit some money as a security deposit. And to check the entry of criminals and corrupt candidates, the Supreme Court of India has given some guidelines to the Election Commission. Which are these guidelines? First is serious criminal cases pending against the candidates. The candidate has to give all the details. First is serious criminal cases pending against the candidate. Second, details of assets and liabilities of the candidate and his or her family, and education qualification of the candidate. After that, filling of nomination paper is done. The nomination paper are filled on the fixed day, and if the paper is incomplete or incorrect, papers are rejected by the commission. After filling the nomination paper, withdrawal of nomination date is also given. The candidates are given a date for withdrawal of their names. After that, publication of the final list is done. After the withdrawal of the final list is printed and the election symbols are allotted to the candidates. Then appointment to the electoral staff. The election commission appoints a chief electoral officer for every state and one returning officer for every constituencies. These officers appoint many other officers and who make the arrangements for elections, and they work under the election commission. After that, election campaign is done. When the list of the eligible candidates gets printed by the returning officer, the different public parties launch their election campaigns to canvass for their candidates, and they give their manifesto. Now, what is manifesto? It is a public, usually written announcement of the policies and intentions, especially via political party. A political party promises to do for the welfare of the people. They give the manifesto to the people. So rallies, public meetings, processions are done in public election campaign. After that, according to our election law, no party or no candidate can bribe or threaten voters to give him vote, appeal to them in the name of caste or religion, or use government resources for election campaign, and they can spend more than rupees 40 lakh in the constituencies for a Lok Sabha election, or 16 lakh rupees in constituency in a assembly election. If they do so, their election can be rejected. The political parties had to agree to a model code of conduct. Now, what is model code of conduct? It is a set of norms or guidelines to be followed by the political parties and contesting candidates during the election time. According to these norms, this code of conduct, election campaigns, no party or candidate can use any place of worship for election propaganda. They cannot use government vehicles, aircrafts, and official for elections. They cannot. Once elections are announced, ministers shall not lay foundation stones of any project and take any big policy decision or make any promises of providing public facilities. After the election campaign, polling is done. Polling is casting of or registration of vote. It is known as polling. In ancient time, before 1999, ballot paper was used, but now electronic voting machine EVM is used to record the votes. After this, counting of votes is done. After the election is over, counting personnel are appointed by the election officers who at the fixed place and fixed time start their counting work in the presence of returning officers. After counting the votes, declaration of results is done. The election officer declares the candidates getting the maximum votes or as elected. And at last, election petitions are also done. After the declaration of election result, the defeated candidate of the constituency can file an election petition against the successful candidate within a fixed period. to concerned court or electoral tribunal. In the petition, it is alleged that malpractices have been used in election. So this was the procedure of election. We will discuss next part in our next video. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.